90 people. They're doing backflips. Oh gosh, you got Yahoo doing backflips, ESPN doing backflips, Fox doing backflips, Front Office Sports doing backflips. All of them said, you know what? We've ignored Unrivaled all season long. Finally, they give us something good to talk about. And they all just publish it. Oh, 21,000, record breaking.
21,000 fans packed into a Philadelphia arena. Media outlets went wild. ESPN, Yahoo, Fox Sports, all running the same headline. Record-breaking attendance for Unrivaled. Finally, something for the league to celebrate after weeks of being ignored. But here's the truth no headline mentioned. While 21,000 showed up in person, almost nobody else in America tuned in. And the latest numbers reveal a far more troubling story than anyone wants to admit.
January 30th, Unrivaled takes over Philadelphia. Breeze versus Phantom, 40,000 viewers in the 18 to 49 demographic. Rose versus Lunar Owls, 40,000 viewers in the 18 to 49 demographic. Of all of the programs featured here, they are 146th and 160th in national rankings for television that night.
0,000 viewers. That's the total for each game that Friday night in the key 18 to 49 demographic. To put it in perspective, those two Unrivaled games ranked 46th and 160th nationally, not just in sports, in all of television. Suddenly, that 21,000 attendance figure clicks. Those were the same people who would normally be watching from home. They didn't gain a new audience by moving to Philadelphia. They just traded couches for arena seats. The spectacle was a one-off. Outside of that arena, nobody tuned in to see what all the hype was about.
Makes perfect sense now. Makes perfect sense now. You take a look at Unrivaled ratings. You take a look at year 2 for Unrivaled. Unrivaled, the golf league, taking viewership hit in second seasons. This is an article put out by Sports Media Watch. The two new leagues who generated headlines at the start of last year are off to slower starts in their sophomore campaigns. The women's 3v3 basketball league Unrivaled was averaging 103 viewers across TNT and True TV through week 3 of the season as of January 26th, down 44% from the first 3 weeks of last year's inaugural.
But the Philadelphia flop is just the tip of the iceberg. Sports Media Watch just released their analysis of Unrivaled's second season, and the numbers are disastrous. The league is averaging 103,000 viewers across TNT and True TV, a 44% drop from last year's inaugural season, which averaged 90 to 105,000 viewers. Think about that. In just 1 year, nearly half the audience vanished. And this is a league that added 2 new teams, expanded to a 4th night of games, and poured massive marketing dollars into promotions. They even got Caitlyn Clark on Good Morning America and staged the Philadelphia spectacle that made headlines everywhere. Despite all that effort, viewership collapsed. The network split paints an even harsher picture. Games on both TNT and True TV average 145,000 viewers, but True TV exclusives barely pull 64,000. Here's the kicker. The new 4th night of games is all True TV exclusives, meaning they expanded their schedule, but nobody tuned in for the additional content.
Did I read that correctly? Unrivaled was averaging 103,000 viewers across TNT and True TV. That's nasty work. That's crazy bad. That's true.
Unrivaled will probably blame football competition for their struggles. And yes, half of their broadcast through January 26th went up against NFL or college football. But the highest-rated games this season, the January 5th opener and the January 26th window, avoided football entirely. Now consider the Philadelphia event on January 30th. No football competition, massive promotion, record attendance, headlines across every sports outlet. and they still only drew 40,000 viewers per game in the key demographic. You can't blame football when the opportunity is perfect and people still don't tune in. At some point, you have to admit the truth. The audience just isn't there. Fans aren't hunting for unrivaled games, even when the content is easy to access and heavily promoted.
Behind a paywall soon enough, folks. Soon enough, they're going to be behind a paywall, whether it's HBO Max, whether it's Paramount Plus, whether it's Netflix. We talked about that. Whatever it is, their days on TV are numbered. Game simulcasts on both TNT and True TV are averaging 135,000.
Viewership is dropping at an alarming rate, losing 44% of your audience in a single year, even after expanding the schedule and pumping more promotion, isn't a minor setback. It's a fundamental problem with the product. Which begs the question, how long before Unrivaled disappears behind a paywall? At 103,000 average viewers, these numbers don't justify primetime slots on TNT or True TV. They're not delivering value. They're just filling airtime that could be used for anything else.
Into some positive news, shall we? Let's get into something a little bit more positive. Sunday night basketball, milestone for NBA on NBC Sports. Lakers-Knicks, 4.5 million viewers on NBC plus Telemundo, 5 million peak audience. Most watched regular season Sunday night NBA game since 2002, excludes Christmas Day. Sunday night NBA games.
Now, here's what real success looks like. While Unrivaled struggles, Caitlyn Clark just debuted as an NBA analyst on NBC, and the network is already planning to expand her role. Sunday night basketball drew 4.5 million viewers for Lakers versus Knicks, with a peak of 5 million, the most watched regular season Sunday night NBA game since 2002, excluding Christmas. The Thunder versus Nuggets game that followed averaged 2.9 million viewers, bringing the combined Sunday night package to 3.7 million viewers. These aren't just strong numbers. They're exceptional, exceeding expectations and proving the massive value NBC invested in bringing NBA back to primetime.
Since 2018, all Sunday windows. Most watched game of the season across all networks, excludes tip-off and Christmas Day. Thunder Nuggets offer average 2.9 million viewers, NBC plus Telemundo. Sunday night basketball, two-game average, 3.7 million viewers. Let's get into what the executives over there at NBC had to say. NBC Sports leadership weighs in. Rick Cordella spoke positively about Clark's debut, noting that she did a good job.
NBC Sports executive Rick Cordella praised Caitlyn Clark for her analyst debut, saying she handled the role with ease, showcased a deep understanding of the game, and communicated with clarity. Clark was calm, confident, and well-prepared, impressive given the massive national audience at Madison Square Garden. But the most important detail? NBC isn't stopping there. Clark is already scheduled to appear again as an analyst for Knicks vs. Thunder on March 29th, and Cordella said he hopes to feature her even more in the future. This isn't just courtesy. It's a clear sign NBC sees her as a long-term asset.
Caitlyn Clark nailed it, according to the executives, in her NBC speaking analyst role. Love to see it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much.